Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps and another Wonderland soap video. Today we are making a Queen of Hearts frosted soap. I think that this one is the most easily recognizable because, as you know, we typically do a couple of character soaps when we do Wonderland, and we're going to be launching this soap just in time for Valentine's Day. This whole collection is very much like in line with Valentine's Day. I don't know what it is about Alice in Wonderland and that particular holiday, but it really does just blend so well together. So yeah, if you're looking for a cute little heart themed something for your Valentine, I got you, fam, and let's go ahead and make our soap. Out of the entire Wonderland soap collection, this is easily the soap that had me the most nervous. I did a lot of math to make sure that I would be able to get the embeds right, and even still, I could make it better. So enjoy my first draft of the soap. We have 2 layers with black oxide and 1 layer with titanium dioxide. The smell for this is a mix of Nature's Garden fragrances, butterfly flower, and pink sugar. And let me tell you, it is absolutely delicious. It smells like the most perfect Valentine's Day soap. So we'll get our first layer in, and I've got to tap that down pretty fast and pretty good. And then I'm putting well, it's not like a super thin layer of white, but it's pretty thin. I'm going to let that set up a little bit, and then I'm adding these cold process red heart soap canes, and I'm being very careful because I do not want the very point of that heart to bust through the white and into the black. I need it to be floating the whole time, and that is why I created a larger amount of white in future batches, because it was just too close, and I wasn't really able to get the flattest layer of white on top. You can see it was starting to set up a little bit because the butterfly flower fragrance oil does tend to thicken things, which of course I was trying to use to my advantage, but really what I ended up with is a very, very, very impossible layer to get flat. Like, you can see the red heart kind of peeking through. I really had to maneuver this. It took a really long time, and then I ended up just cutting a piece of cardboard to fit the mold exactly so that I could try to scrape everything into place, but I didn't want this to be a repeat issue. So I just made the white part bigger, and it solved all the problems. But this probably took 10 minutes to get this one layer flat on top and to move all the air bubbles out of. So if you're thinking about putting a heart layer in, make sure that it's bigger than your other layers. Kind of measuring things ahead of time is a really good idea. But I wanted to make sure I really did this character justice. Let's face it, she's probably a little bit misunderstood. I've always kind of felt for the Queen of Hearts, because I'm like, listen, who's really on her side? I don't know. Like, I mean, Alice is an intruder. She's really coming in and messing up what the Queen's got going. She's just trying to play croquet and for everyone to love her and just plant the right roses. Is it her fault that the roses were white and that those people, instead of planting new roses, decided to paint them? No, that's not her fault. Okay, so now for the soap frosting. Using the 𝐸𝑡co 826 tip. Hey, all you cake decorators out there, if you're not using this tip, you're missing out. Because it's really, really, really good. You can get it on Amazon for like $5. And then for the red color, it's a little bit of a mix of Red 30 from TKB, which is a very, very vibrant cherry red. And then Trial by Fire by Nurture Soap, which is my absolute favorite go-to red of all time. It's just perfect. It's like the perfect Santa Claus Christmas red. And when you put them together, it ended up being like kind of candy enough. It wasn't like too bricky. Does that make sense? Like a brick red? Yeah, it just looks like a candy red, which is what I wanted. So going ahead, piping this the way that old Simeon likes to, with the big stripe down the middle. And then we're just doing the kind of the classic 3, 2, 1. Now, a lot of people have asked me, do I have to do the frosting that way? And the answer is, of course not. You can put soap frosting on your bars at any point in time, any way you want. I know certain soap makers like to cut their loaves first and then frost their bars, like after the bars are already cut into shapes. That way, their soap frosting is like perfectly 3D, no matter which way you're looking at the soap, which is really, really cool. I like doing it this way because I find that it sticks really well and it makes a nice shape. People can cut up the bars really easily and they're still easy to hold, even though some of these bars like are literally more than half a pound of soap in one bar. So that's why I do it. Now we have to add her little gold crown. So this is the same embed that we used for the Daisy soap that we did and the Princess Peach soap. And we've covered it in the most shimmery glitter ever. It is called Sparkle Sunshine. It's from Mad Micas and it is just, I mean, it's glittery enough. You can see my gloves. Like it'll go everywhere, but it looks incredible. And honestly, for those of y'all who work with resin, those of y'all who do wax melts or melt and pour soap, this would be like an absolute must to my collection of colorants because the color payout for as little as you use is incredible. Then we're gonna add some black stardust. This is from The Good Glitter. You can use my code down below for 15% off your first purchase. I am happily an affiliate because I will use this company on my soap until I die. It's so good. Then we're adding some little white hearts on the top. Kind of experimented with what I wanted to do for this. I knew that I wanted a white underneath, but it just ended up looking so much better than I thought it was going to. And here's the top. We let it sit for 18 to 24 hours. You guys know the deal. I can cut my soaps relatively quickly. I don't have to wait. And here I am crossing my fingers, hoping that this turns out right. With all of that hard work, I mean, sometimes you look at the inside of a soap and it doesn't turn out well. And you learn from it, you write down some notes so you don't make the same mistakes twice. But I am happy. You can see the pause of nervousness. I'm happy to report it all worked out in my favor this time. Everything was still suspended. You can see the bottom didn't break through. It was really good, but I did change it because we're not cutting it that close again.
See, I told you it was cute.
I did make the layers a little smaller. The black layers are a little thinner and the white layer is a little bigger. That way we can rest that little heart in the middle a lot easier because I struggled. Have an absolutely royal day and I will see you back tomorrow for another Alice in Wonderland themed soap. Bye for now. Soaped. Tongue-tied today. Meow.